Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. Right? Greetings into the 12 tribes of Israel, right? Which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Hispanics, Native Indians going back on your father's side, and you speckled bird Israelites that may look like the heathen, but your seed line goes back to your father's side. All right, of the house of David. Shalom to you. All right, what's going to get us through these hard times, what's going to get us through this pain and suffering is us having faith. Faith in our God, whose name is Yahweh, God of the Israelites, right? That's what's going to get us through these times. That's what's going to get us through this fucking cesspool, all right? The fucking bullshit. This place is terrible, all right? But it's our faith in these holy scriptures that's going to get us through, all right? Because we believe in these scriptures, right? If we didn't have these scriptures, we would be dead, zombies, just like the rest of these people, all right? But it's through our faith in these scriptures, these prophecies, all right? Our knowing of these scriptures, our understanding, the wisdom that our God, Yahweh Bashim Shai, has blessed us with, that's going to get us through these times, all right? This is the book of Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 1. It reads, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for." All right? So faith is the substance of things that are hoped for. We hope, all right? It's our hope that's going to get us through. It's our hope that's going to give us salvation. It's our hope that's going to be our defense in these times. All right? We believe in these scriptures. All right? It's a prophetic book. It's full of prophecies. All right? And that's what calms our mind. All right? It gives us sovereignty, a peace of mind. It gives us an eternal calm. All right? An internal calm, an internal peace, a stable mind. All right? A peace of mind. It gets our mind in order. All right? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right? Because what is faith? Things that we hope for, things that are not seen. You can't see the things that Yahweh Shem Shai is promising. All right? Because he promised us through these scriptures and through prophecies, and we believe in these scriptures and prophecies, but it hasn't came to pass yet. So we're believing and hoping in things that haven't even came to pass yet. So they're not even seen yet. All right? They haven't manifested it into reality. All right? So we're hoping for it. All right? Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it, the elders obtained a good report. Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh Shem Shai. Once again, the worlds, all right? The worlds as in age, the ages, all right? The worlds as in, you got the world of Israel, all right? According to Yahweh Shem says that Israel is a world without end, all right? Where we are our own world. Like when you say that your son or your child is your world, or when somebody says like something like, oh, he's in his own world, all right? So there's many worlds too, all right? Through faith, we understand that the worlds were framed, what? Framed by who? The word of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. So they was framed by Yahweh, his son Yahweh Shai, which is the word, all right? They were framed, they were created, all right? So that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear, all right? I want to jump to verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him. All right. So if you don't have faith, which is you don't have belief in these scriptures, what? It's impossible to please Yahweh Shem Shai. You can't please the Most High Yahweh Shem Shai if you don't have faith in these scriptures. All right. A lot of people say they believe, but when it comes down to it, a lot of people don't even know what's going on. How do you believe in the word? How do you believe in God? How do you believe in his son? By being obedient to him, first and foremost. That's an action word. He requires obedience. You can't just say you believe and then you have no works to back it up. That's just hot air. It's empty air. It's vanity. You got to prove your faith through belief. Those are actions. All right, your works. He tells you how to be, what's pleasing to him, obedience, right? But you have to have faith in these. If you don't have faith in it, you can't do what he tells you to do. All right? Hebrews 11:6. But without faith is it impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, must believe that he is. All right? So, to please the Most High, you have to first and foremost, you have to believe that he exists. All right? And then you got to back it up through actions, which is what? Obedience. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai requires obedience. That's what this place and this place and these people lack. All right? People say they believe. They don't believe. They're liars. All right? How can you say you believe but you don't do what he tells you to do? You don't even try. These people live out their lives not even trying to do what he tells them to do or what God told them to do. All right? How do you show forth that you believe in him? By striving to keep his laws. All right? What does this place do? It despises God's laws. It says that God's laws are done away with. But yet they create their own laws that are completely contrary and abominable to his, which is hypocrisy and wickedness and rebellion. All right? But without faith it is impossible to please Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right. So when you seek God, that means you're looking for him. You're looking to see what's pleasing in his eyes. All right. What's satisfying, what's comforting in his eyes. All right. And what's comforting in his eyes are action words. Those are actions. So you have to go into the book. Okay, what are his laws? What's approving in his eyes? All right? And then you go into the scriptures and you read his laws. All right? His laws are the first 5 books. All right? Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. You find the laws of God. They are all righteous. All right? They're all righteous and they're all true. And when God sends his son back to crack open up the sky and he puts his people in order, which are the Israelites, the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel, because those are his people. Those are the chosen seed line. That's the seed line he chose. That's the seed lines that's going to establish order in this wicked ass place. And how is it going to be established by? What are going to be the rules and the boundaries and the laws? All right? It's going to go back to God's laws. It's not going to be like this abominable ass place. This place is a fucking abomination, all right? All right? You got the powers that be that make all laws to be very oppressive, all right? And it oppresses the poor, all right? But it gives the power to the wicked. All right? The laws of God, there ain't no respect of person. No matter if you're rich, no matter if you're poor, no matter if you're mighty, no matter if you're weaker. All right? All people are going to submit and bow down before God's laws. Because if you don't, you die. It's that simple. It ain't no do as thy will spirit. It ain't that coming in your own feelings. God don't give a fuck about your bitch ass feelings. And see, that's what people, they don't understand. He don't care about our feelings. Our feelings are going to get us killed. All right? We don't have no say so in what he decides. We are the creation. He's the creator. And we have to have belief in that. All right. When you read the book of when you read the Bible, it's a very powerful book. All right. When you read the Bible, it's a lot of blood in the Bible that people don't bring up. They always bring up this lovey-dovey stuff. And God is full of love. He is very loving. He's very merciful. He's very kind. But he's not no pushover. He's not no simp. He ain't no weak ass pussy, man. You know how you get that? You get that by being obedient to him. All right? He rewards you with that. When you're obedient to him, you get his love. If you're disobedient, you get his wrath, his rage, his anger, and it ain't nothing pretty. It's nothing pretty. All right? Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is a very bloody man. All right? When it comes in righteousness, what I mean by injustice, you do wickedly, you do evil, you're going to get that same shit on your own. You're going to get that shit back. When you think you could just live life and do as you please without ever seeking him and seeing what's pleasing to him and just living as what you seem fit, and then you have the audacity to say, well, God's going to forgive me. Well, you're fooling yourself. You're delusional. All right? There's right and there's wrong. All right? There's good and then there's evil. All right? If you're evil, you're going to get rewarded evil. God doesn't reward evil with good. You got that from the devil. The people that rule this place. It's to your own destruction and your demise. All right? You people don't have faith in God. You have faith in yourself, who you call yourself God. Because you believe in yourself. That's why you think you could just be forgiven for anything. No. To be forgiven requires repentance. You can't be forgiven if you haven't repented. Repentance is correction of your wrongful deeds. But you people are too proud. You're too egotistical. You can't be corrected. And thus, since you can't be corrected, you can't repent. So you can't be forgiven. You're going to be destroyed in gruesome, brutal ass ways. God ain't fucking around with us. He ain't. You want that love? You want that comfort? You want his good side? You better be obedient. Or else you're going to get the other. You got to learn what's pleasing to him. And it's very important to have faith. All right? Faith and obedience is going to be the key to salvation. Faith, you have to believe first. That's why faith is so important. But what? Faith without works is dead. You can't just whip up your mouth and give him lip service and give him no actions. Righteous works, righteous actions, which are his laws. Disobedient, rebellion children get torments and death, man. You guys are fucking with the wrong entity, the wrong power. He ain't nothing to be fucking around with, man. All right? But when you teach the right way, when you teach the correction, the rightful acts of God, you're going to be hated. You know why? Because people don't want to correct themselves. People want to be told that everything's going to be okay and whatever they do is going to be fine. So what is that? A lie, right? It's delusions. That's what people want. When you tell people the truth, it requires them to put a mirror in their face and says, you know what? Damn, I got to change. I got to get right. I got to do better. And most people don't want to do that. Because in their deluded mind, they think they're above it. That's why it's so fucking bad out here. Nobody's above Yahweh Hashem Hashai's righteousness, all right? And those that are truly rich are those that are rich in faith. Let me bring that out. All right? Let me bring that out. This is the book of James, chapter 2 and verse 5. Because that's who Yahweh Hashem Hashai is going to choose. God Almighty is going to choose those that are rich in faith, those that truly believe in him. What's faith? Belief. All right? Hearken, my beloved brethren. Have not God, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, chosen the poor of this world? All right, the poor meaning as in the humble. All right? The humble. Humble means to submit. All right? See, a lot of people will say that, oh, you're proud, you're proud. Proud to who? You? I submit and I'm humble to Yahweh and his son. I'm trying my best, and those that are the sons of God, they're going to try what's their best was to please him. We come in humility towards him. We come humble, submitting in submission to him. We don't submit to the vials and the wickedness of this place. All right? And that's who Yahweh Hashem is choosing. The poor that are, what? Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God, Yahweh, chosen the poor of this world? Rich in faith? They're going to be rich in faith. They're going to believe in the prophecies of this book. And the prophecies of this book are very dark, man. Before we get to the good times and the promises in the kingdom and all the everlasting glory that comes with it, it's going to be a lot of bloodshed and heads coming off and torments and judgment on this earth. It's going to be a very dark and brutal place, man. People ain't ready for that. But it's going to be just because these people are going to get that because they're wicked. Yahweh Hashem Hashai is going to purge this place of his filth, of his vileness, of his wickedness, of his abominations, man. That's what he's going to do. He's going to rid this place of it. And these people are demonic, devilish demons, man. Liars. Just all matters of wickedness and rebellion. And God's going to have a sword for their ass. It ain't going to be nothing pretty with these people. These people are delusional. All right? Have not God chosen the poor of this world rich in faith and heirs, all right, of the kingdom which he hath promised to them that love him? All right, those that love him are obedient to him. All right, and to be obedient, you have to have faith. To have faith, you have to search out the scriptures. You got to search out the scriptures. It's very important to do that. All right. But meanwhile, you're going to go through a lot of pain and suffering and patience. What does patience mean? Patience is suffering. All right. You got to patiently wait out this thing. All right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians. All right. This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 17. And it reads, for our light affliction, what we're going through right now, it's a light affliction to what's all the promises and the glory that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to bless the sons of God with. We're going to be gods of the earth. We're going to be gods of other planets, according to scriptures. We're going to rule over nations. All right. We're going to have dominion and be joint heirs with our big brother, Yahushua. All right. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, compared to everlasting and eternity, this is but a moment. All right. For our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. All right. Right. While we look not at the things which are seen, all right, the things here that are seen are temporal. All right. They're temporal. They're going to pass away. They're going to pass away what? By fire. That's why you don't attach yourself to this place. God's about to purge this place by fire. Everything here, everything that you know here is going to be destroyed by fire. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal. Yes. That's why you don't take heed to these things. You don't grab onto these things. You don't cleave onto these things, man. Let them, because they're gonna be destroyed. You don't cleave onto your house. You don't cleave onto your car. You don't cleave onto your money, your resources, your assets. You don't cleave onto anybody that's just wicked and against the Most High God, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't cleave onto none of that, because it's all about to be purged. Purge means like a righteous cleansing, but it's usually destructive. All right. When you purge something, it's usually it's God's indignation, his retribution. All right, and it's gonna be by this time, it's gonna be by fire. He's gonna purge all this wickedness by burning people and burning this place up by fire. And through fire, it's gonna be a rebirth. And it's gonna bring forth new life, but this life is gonna be what? Everlasting and eternal. And it's gonna be ran by this wicked ass place and these wicked ass people. All right, it's not going to be ran like that. It's going to be ran by God's laws, and he's going to set up his Israelite men, the sons of God, to rule 12,000 men from each tribe, and they're going to rule according to God's laws and righteousness and his judgments according so. All right, once again, verse 18, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. Forget this place. It's like it's just what is it? It's the Matrix. All right, it's not real. You shouldn't look at this place as reality. All right, we're just simply existing in this place. All right, we're not living. This is not living. This is just simply existing. All right, going through pains and sufferings and all matters of wickedness or in oppression. All right, this place is a fucking, it's terrible, man. There ain't no words to describe how bad this place is. and wickedness. Because this is Babylon, right? And it's rooted. It's to the very root of wickedness. That's why it has to be purged. Because if you got a root of evil, that means that's the very foundation. That means the tree, the fruit, the leaves, the branches, is all wicked. Because it came from the root, which is that seed, right? That's where it started from. So if wickedness is from the root and the very foundation, that means the whole tree, the branches, the fruit, the leaves has to be purged. That's this place. Because everybody's rooted in an abomination, man. In wickedness. And you can't teach an old dog new tricks. That's why these people going to have to be resetted, all right, in a righteous sense. These people's minds are gone. They're through. All right, and when you try to tell people, nobody listens. They don't care. That goes to show you that people really don't care about the Most High God. Because when you bring out truth, what? You're labeled, oh, why are you so hateful? Where's all the hate? Where's the love? Are you kidding me? Does not God love and hate? God ain't no fucking fairy like you guys think that he is. Loving just every fucking thing and you could just do whatever. What the fuck? That don't even make any sense. He loves good, righteousness, truth. He hates evil. All right? As in far as what I mean by evil, wickedness. All right? Liars. Deceivers. A foundation built off of lies, bribery. He hates that. Abominable people. Such as what? Homosexuality. Scamming people through these colleges. Scamming through people through what? These insurances. Telling people lies to make profit. Taking people's possessions. And then making laws where it's almost impossible for them to get it back. You got that by through what? Fucking deceit. Scamming. Lies. And if the person raises up in righteousness to go against it, what? You deem them the villain. And you set up laws in place where you can validate your wickedness. Because you hold the power. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? We need our God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We need him bad, all right? And this place is temporal. It's fading away. It's fading away to oblivion. And we ain't got much longer here, all right? So you got to hold on to that faith. You got to hold on to that belief, all right? That's why it's so important to know these prophecies, all right? Because it keeps your mind in stability. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of that times. Isaiah 33:6. And that's very important. It's very important to know what's pleasing to the Most High God. And when you know his laws and you practice them, and when you know his prophecies in this book, you know what's going on. You already know what's going on. So it's not going to affect you when all hell breaks loose. Because he already told you what was going to happen. That's why it's so powerful. You tell these people that and they look at you like you're a fucking joke. All right? This is the book of Romans. This is the book of Romans, chapter 8. And I'm starting with verse 14. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. All right? So the sons, you know who the sons of God are, which are Israelites. The sons of God they can only be Israelites, because that's who was to tell you that. Let's bring that out. Right? Because remember, God gave his laws to his people, which are the Israelites, all right? That's all throughout the scriptures. And only one nation was given his laws. But it tells you who the sons of God are specifically. All right? There's only one nation that can be known as the sons of God, all right? And that is the Israelites. Let's bring that out. What is that? This is the book of Exodus chapter 4 verse 22. And it reads, and thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Israel is my son. He calls Israel his son. Israel is what? His people, or what? The sons of God. Even my firstborn. It's the people that he chose, the nation that he chose that's going to rule over all the other nations. It's going to be in righteousness and according to his laws. These heathen, these other nations, they don't know how to be righteous. Look what they did to the earth. They fucked up the earth. The earth is fucked up, man. Everybody's fucked up. It's Babylon. You know what that means? It means confusion. It ain't nothing but confusion here. That's what happens when heathen rule or when women rule. Women are not ever supposed to be given power. Women are emotional. They're not built off of logic. What do they do when they're given power? Shit gets fucked up. What happens when the heathen are given power? Things get fucked up. Every heathen nation that ruled, fucked it up. Look what happened to Greece. Fucked up. Why? Giving women power. All right? Not knowing how to rule righteously. They fall under their own wickedness and it collapses. What? Then Rome, right? Same shit. And what is this place? It's the reincarnation of Greece and Rome, right? Neo-Rome, Neo-Babylon doing the same shit. It's collapsing under its own weight because it's wicked. It's going against God's laws. All right? This is the book of Romans. So the sons of God are led by the Spirit of God. All right? And the Spirit is what? Romans 7:14. We know that the law is spiritual. All right? That's how you judge the earth. That's how you govern the earth in righteousness according to his laws. He already gave us the blueprint. All right? On how to rule and govern earth in righteousness. And when you go against that, there's a consequence. And that consequence is suffering, torment, and death. Well deserved. That's the price of being fucking hard-headed and rebellious and thinking you doing something. He created us, not the other way around. We're his creation. And you don't fuck with him, man. I can't stress that enough. The most masculine and dominant of all. All right, this is the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. And brothers, you keep holding on to that faith, all right? Because we are almost out of here, all right? We're forsaken. We're despised, we're hated. Because what? We tell the truth. And the truth holds up a mirror to people. People don't want to change. They don't want to get right. So what does that show you? The wicked. And they're going to be destroyed. Let them worry about themselves. All right, this is the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the sons of God. All right, it's a spiritual thing. You're going to move in a different vibration. You're going to move in a different energy. You're going to move according to the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, and if we're the sons of God, then we're the heirs. All right, heirs of Yahweh and joint heirs with his son, Yahushai, right? Christ, Hamashiach. If so be that we suffer with him, we have to suffer with him. Yahushai, the prophets, they all suffered. And we're back in the reincarnation, right? If you're a prophet now, you was a prophet back then. There's nothing new under the sun. You're coming back in the same lot. And if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. All right? So if you're suffering righteously so, it's a good thing. Because we're almost there. And you're going to get rewarded for that. Because you was bold for Yahweh. You was bold for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, like a good soldier and a warrior. You fought. And you didn't give up. And every time you fell, you got back up. The righteous are as bold as lions. All right? No matter how much we fall, we get back up. Verse 18, for I reckon that the sufferings of the present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. Yes, that's right. Because when Yahweh Shai exalts us, man, it's a wrap. Talk about any and everything. It's going to be a beautiful thing. And then the sufferings, we're going to look back on these times. It's going, man, it's not, it was nothing compared to eternal blessings and the promises that Yahweh Shai promised us. All right. And all praises to the Most High for that. All right. All praise to the Most High for that. All right. This is the book of Romans chapter 8, verse 24. For we are saved by hope. That's why we're saved by this hope. All right. We endure and have patience through the hope of these scriptures. All right. He's going to get us through this as long as we believe in it. All right. For we are saved by hope, but hope that is seen is not hope. All right. Because remember, he's the invisible God. And these scriptures, these are things that you can't just see right now. So we hope in that. All right. We have faith in that. All right. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? All right. Exactly. Verse 25. But if we hope for that we see not, then do we with patience wait for it. All right. So we hope in things that we don't see. And then what? We patiently wait for it. Patience is a suffering. It's waiting. We got to wait out. We got to wait it out. We got to wait till the prophecies are being fulfilled. They're being fulfilled now, but we have to wait. We have to endure. Endure hardship. All right. Patiently wait. Patience is suffering. All right. But we're going to get rewarded for it. Yahweh Shai is not a liar. He keeps to his word. All right. I'm going to close it out with this. It's very important to hold on to that faith, brothers, because we are almost out of here. We got a few major prophecies to happen. It's going to be very bloody out here real soon. But since we already know that through these scriptures, we're going to be good. Yahweh Shai is going to start activating brothers' spiritual powers. All right? We're going to be able to we're going to be straight in this place, man. We ain't going to have to worry about nothing. And brothers, I cannot stress it enough. All right? When brothers start getting their powers, their spiritual powers activated to endure the hardships of the times that we're going to come into, you got to be very careful it's really to protect yourself and to protect your possessions. Let me put it like that. Don't be going out there trying to be like, oh, I'm him. It ain't time for that. It's really just like Pilgrims on Earth. You're there and then you're moving. You're there and then you're moving. All right? You keep it moving. Keep it moving. Don't be trying to be all like, Mr. I'm him. I'm superhero and I'm going out here fighting. Nah, man. Because like if you do that, all right, you expose yourself more. You're supposed to be like a ghost, a pilgrim, right? One moment that you're there and one moment you're not. I can't stress that enough. Yahweh Shai is giving me vision, dreams about that. Brothers, be very careful because some of y'all, you might let it get to your head. All right? And if that happens and you let it get to your head, kind of like Samson. All right? You have to remember the scriptures and what it tells us what we're supposed to do. All right? There's going to be a time and place for that after we get our new bodies. But as like demigods, and I use the form of demigods as far as like, okay, we're going to like have spiritual powers here, but you're still in mortal flesh. You can still die. All right? You got to be careful of that. Don't go too far when you're getting blessed with spiritual powers. It really is just be in and out of situations, all right? All right, but this is the book of Sirach, chapter 2. I'm going to finish off with this, all right? Don't lose faith. Don't lose your patience. All right? It's too late in the game for that. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2, and verse 12, and it reads, woe be to fearful hearts. So if you got a fearful heart, if you're cowardly, if you lost faith in the scriptures, all right, if you're weak-minded internally, you're a coward, all right? And faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways, that means you're a hypocrite. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, all right? Yahweh Shem he ain't for no weak, cowardly-ass person. He ain't for no weak, cowardly-ass man. If you're going to believe in the scriptures, you got to believe in it full-heartedly. All right? Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. All right? So if you lose faith, Yahweh Shem ain't going to defend for you. He ain't going to defend you because you lost faith. How do you expect him to come and cover you and defend you if you lost faith? If you start bitching out like a bitch, a woman, can't do that. You got heart in yourself, spiritually. You have to remember the sons of God ain't nothing to fuck around with. We're just like our Father and Big Brother, warriors, fighters. The stuff that we gonna see in the days that are coming real soon, you shouldn't even flinch at it. A lot of you brothers gonna have to kill. All right, you're gonna say, it says in the scriptures that there's gonna be dead bodies all over the place. It's gonna be very violent out here. You shouldn't flinch at that. The sons of God are warriors, all right? And you already know that because that's part of the belief in having faith, because he tells you that in the scriptures. So if you start bitching out when you start seeing it, that means you lack faith and you was weak. That's why he says, woe unto the faint-hearted. Verse 14, woe unto you that have lost patience, and what will you do when the Lord Yahweh shall visit you? All right? So if you lost patience, you decided, you know what, I can't take this suffering no more. So you went back into the world. And what I mean by going back into the world, you start going to the ideals of this devil. You start supporting his abominations. All right? You chose him to be your God. You bow down before and submitted to him. And you forsook God. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So he's going to forsake you. So, brothers, don't lose patience, man. It's too late in the game to be losing patience. You remember, we're warriors, we're fight. Let me bring this out. Because it's very important for brothers to stay sharp. All right? And not lose faith in these scriptures. Very, very important. What was I trying to get? Man, I lost my train of thought. Bear with me. This will be the last precept right here. Was that forgot what I was gonna get. Bear with me, brothers, because I do want to get it. Well, us being hardened for our faith, you know, we got to be hardened for our faith. It's very important to keep that strength. What was that? It's all good, bro. Brothers. I can't think of what I was trying to get. I lost my train of thought. I really did want to bring it out, but I can't. I can't remember what I was about to bring out. So let's just conclude this as far as just hold on to your faith, brothers. All right. Endure hardship like a good soldier for the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. Keep suffering. Keep fighting the good fight. Don't care what these people think about you. All right. Because we almost out of here. And we got next. And it's going to be a glorious thing. All praise to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai. And shalom to you 12 tribe brethren, all right, of the hopeful elect of the house of David. Shalom to you. Keep fighting them good fights, brothers. We almost out of here.